guys. I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to join. Welcome to Spill the Kit Live, my IG series, and I'm so excited to have you guys join today. Hi, hello, welcome, guys. I'll be bringing Tahira on just in a few more seconds. How you guys doing today? Hello. All right, let's get my girl here. Let's see. Hi. How are you, gorgeous?
I'm good. How are you? I'm like still
I'm
getting over being sick a little bit, so my voice is a
no.
little bit in and out. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm so excited to make this happen. Thank you so much for coming
Yes.
today.
No, me too. I'm so excited that you're having me on. How's everything
Yay.
been?
Everything's been good, just spinning all the different plates as as we do. I don't think anyone's just a makeup artist these days
No,
anymore,
definitely.
right?
And you post content every day, which
Yes, I
is
do.
commendable. No, literally,
I
I'm like,
do.
oh my gosh, she's on it. Like,
So it's funny because you and I met through Kelsey.
yeah.
We love Queen Kelsey.
Yes.
I really live by what she says. She's like, you can't expect a full-time income from this if you're not willing to treat it like a full-time job.
That's true.
So
That's
that's really
very
what
true.
makes me show up every single day. I actually have to
Oh,
film
I
today's
love that.
reel.
Oh, wait, say that.
Yeah.
Say that again.
I actually have to film today's reel after this.
Oh, no,
But
wait, I love that. You know, like some people film in that moment and then they'll post, and then some
yeah.
people film and batch content like weeks in advance.
No,
I'm not a
no.
person, yeah, I don't think I can like film and batch weeks in advance because I feel like it gets lost in my camera roll,
Yep,
you
for
know?
sure. I'm just too type B. Literally, I will film, post, edit the same day.
The same day.
Hi, Kaylee. That's my
Oh, hey,
bestie.
girl.
So just to introduce you guys all to Tahira, this is Tahira. She owns a
Hi.
gorgeous brush company. She's an established makeup artist out of New York, and we're so excited to have her here today. What have you been up to, girl? How's biz?
Business is great. I actually just sent some orders out today in the morning, so that
Okay,
was
we
great.
love
Then in New
that.
York, it's actually 72 right now. I was walking early and I was like, "Oh my God, it's so hot." We went from like 30 degrees to 70, like out of
It's
nowhere.
definitely it's
Um,
definitely hot.
and I've actually been working on some stuff with some other artists, so I'm really excited. I can't really share anything yet, but um,
Stop.
I've been
Don't
doing some
tease
stuff.
me with a good
I know,
time.
I
What's
know. We've
good?
been doing some stuff behind the scenes, and I'm
Love it.
hoping it comes to fruition more. So we'll
It will. It
TBD,
will.
TBD. But I've really been working on that project for the past week and a half.
Love
Um,
that.
and sorry.
Love that.
Oh yeah.
Say that.
Sorry. It's like it was lagging for a second, but I was working on that, and then of course I filmed some content because we finally have our HF1 back in stock. Where is she?
Oh my God, thank God. I know that's a popular one for you guys.
Yes, we finally have this baby back in
Yeah. We
store.
love her.
So I
Yes.
just filmed a little bit yesterday of how to
Hmm.
use it, like different ways that I like to use the brush, which, you know,
Hmm.
it's dual fiber, so you can use it with like creams, liquids, and powders. And I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of brushes, what I like about the HF1 specifically is you can use, like, I've used powders, creams, and liquids on this one brush, and you can still see it has that flexibility still.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for
the
sure.
bristles don't absorb it and like get
Picked
clumpy.
up? Yes.
Yes, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
That's a
and
good
I think
call out.
eventually every brush does that because, like, if you use so much product, but some brushes, the minute you put product on it, it just starts to clump. And so
Clumpy.
I
Yeah.
love that this brush does not do that.
I love
Um,
it too, girl. I've been using it on my clients.
how do you
It's
like to use it?
you know what? I think for me, especially for this one, I just love that it's just big enough to work efficiently, but not like massive. Like, do you
Right.
remember back in the day when like these kind of brushes when everyone was making them? Sigma
Yeah.
was like hot on the market with
Mhm.
them. They were big, right? They were like a
Yeah.
decent
They
size.
were,
So
oh my
like,
God. You remember the Sigma? What was that triangle shape one?
girl, they had every shape
Girl,
under
they
the
had, they
sun
had
at
so
some
many shapes.
point.
Is Sigma still a thing?
I think
I
so.
think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
I think so.
But they don't just sell brushes, do they? Do they sell makeup
No.
too?
Sorry. I got distracted by
I
the
know, I just
comment.
saw that.
Um, they
Yeah.
sell, I think they like expanded to makeup and stuff, but I knew them as, the brush company. I
Right.
still have my Sigma brushes. My husband bought me a set like 10 years ago, and I still
Oh,
use
that's so
it.
sweet. I love
Yeah.
when men buy women like beauty products because I just like I feel like it really shows how much they pay attention to you, you know?
Yes. Yes.
Synthetic versus oh
Oh,
yeah.
it's a
So
really good
synthetic
question, Elle.
that is a really great question. Synthetic bristles don't absorb as much product, so you're going to get more pigment. Whereas natural fibers, so something like a white hair, it's going to absorb more product, so it's going to shear the product out more. And that's the main difference. Also, with synthetic brushes or synthetic fibers, you can use creams and liquids, depending on how the brush is shaped too. So something like this, you want to be careful using liquids, even though it's synthetic. You want to be careful because the oils from the product can get into the ferrule and it can loosen up the hairs. So you want to be careful with that. But if you're just using it on the tip of the brush and you're not like really a what is it called? You're not my brain's not working.
Blending, buffing,
No,
patting.
you're not like putting the whole brush in the product.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, fair, fair.
like
Not
you're
like
not putting the whole brush in
soaking
the
it. Yeah, yeah,
right, you're
yeah.
not like soaking it. Then you can use like synthetic fibers that have longer bristles with the
Hmm.
liquids. But the main is the synthetic is going to give you more coverage and natural is going to be more sheer. And so that's
Okay,
why a
fair.
lot of natural hair brushes, you'll see people use them for um, transition colors because they
Hmm.
really help sheer out the product.
Okay.
I
But
hope
your
that helps.
brushes are all synthetic, right?
They're all PBT fibers, so they're all vegan
Okay.
fibers. But this is a
Okay.
natural PBT fiber, so it still acts like that natural goat hair. And then this is
Got
more of that
it.
synthetic where you can use the creams, liquids, and powders. Now with
Yeah.
this, sometimes I do use, where is it? Paint Pot by MAC. I use my paint pots with
Oh, okay, okay. That's a
this.
good one. That's
Yeah,
such an
and
OG
this is
product.
fine. I'm trying to find, or even. You just have to be careful with these natural white hair brushes
Yeah.
because they do work product a little bit differently and like sometimes it can ruin the brush. I've had a brush before where I've used a lot of liquids and creams with it and what
Mm.
it'll do is it'll start to shed because the hairs start to come out. And so
Yes,
it starts to
yes.
morph the brush into a different shape. So you just have to be careful with that. But I'm trying to find my paint pot. Oh, here. I like to use this brush specifically with the side to pat
Okay, fair. Yeah.
instead of using it right on the head. I like
Like
to
right on
go
the
on the
head. Yeah.
side and pat that in.
I would reach for this one, the HF3
Yeah, actually, a
for
lot of
any
people use
like
that for eyeshadow primer. I've noticed.
I think we're just like conditioned to use synthetic for cream. You know what I mean? Like the more
Right.
packed brushes. It's actually really interesting. I've been having a lot of conversations with different artists, and like one thing that just keeps coming up is like how much social media has conditioned our just our artistry,
Yes.
right? Because when you think about it, a lot of people online right now, especially in the beauty space, they're not always working artists. So they
Right.
have their own way of doing things. And I mean, hot take, but
Right.
I feel like it becomes, online space, especially when you're just in one industry and you're just only consuming content from that one industry, it can become kind of an echo chamber. And
I agree.
like for me it's like I'm a little bit of like I don't need cream and powder products. I can just do powder
Right.
and it'll still give you longevity. You just need to know how to layer your products, right? So it's like
Right.
it's I think it just also goes back to just using your brushes and having those content days and using your kit and artistry and learning to do it differently than what you constantly see online. I think
Yes.
you
No,
know
I
what I
love that
mean?
because before online, like I worked at Mac back in the day, and
Yeah.
we didn't. The online space wasn't
No.
nearly as big
Yeah.
as it is now.
Of
But I
course.
remember, like we would. go into trainings and stuff, and we would have to try different techniques. Like you would
Yeah.
actually have to sit there and try different techniques on your, your peers, but also you would go home and try these things because, you know, you didn't, I guess, have necessarily the internet to go to and like look at. Yeah, I mean, YouTube was a thing, so there was that, but there, like you said, it wasn't as much of an echo chamber, and I think a lot of things get lost in
Oh yeah,
translation and these things. So
absolutely.
an artist who is really well versed and has a great technique could be sharing a lot, and then
Hmm.
it just gets lost because then there are so many other videos and so many other, content creators that are saying, use this, or and then you see the same thing over and over again. Your
Yeah.
algorithm just continues to feed you the same thing because
Yeah.
it's seeing what you like. And I think that's like a whole other story, the
Of course.
algorithm.
Yeah.
But you know it is very interesting to see how this industry, we've like been conditioned, like you said, to do the
Yeah.
same thing over and over again,
The
whereas
same
like
steps.
you,
And then it's
yeah, you
like,
don't have to.
and then you kind of wonder why makeup's starting to look homogenous, why beauty's looking homogenous, right? I
Yes,
think also back in the day, we were forced to create a lot more than we were consuming, right? And
oh
there
my
was
god, that is
like,
such a good point. That is such a
yeah,
good point.
girl. Yeah, girl. And I think even with me, like creating more content, like, yeah, I'm still chronically online and I consume a lot, but I'm
Right.
also creating a lot. So it really has allowed me to kind of detach myself from comparing myself to others. And
Mhm.
like, the more you do, the more you just stay in your lane and like those blinders come on and you just start to enjoy what you're doing.
That is such a
So,
good point. The more you create
yeah,
for yourself, the more, and
yeah,
I think that's why a lot of people are being encouraged to create, to
yeah,
like not, we can consume, but creating is what really allows us to, it's a medicine essentially.
yeah.
And
It
that's
kind
what
of
like
is a
we believe
medicine.
at
Yeah,
HUDANI too. Like these
yeah,
brushes, these smaller brushes, the shapes are there to ignite your creativity. Like
yeah.
even something like this that we haven't released this brush yet, but
Stop.
I know it's
Oh,
like an
I love
angled,
that. Yes.
it's an
I love
angled
how short the
definer brush.
bristles are.
Yeah, it's an
Ooh.
angled definer brush, but I've been testing it out. And so things, shapes like this, it kind of piques your curiosity. And then when you
Mm-hmm.
start using it, it becomes really intuitive. You're like, oh, like,
Yeah.
how have I been living without this,
Literally. Listen, when you told me about the HD4, this brush for
Oh my God, I was
liner,
about to pull that
listen to
out.
me.
Yes.
I would never ever pick this up to do someone's wing liner, but since I
Isn't
started
it
doing it on
crazy?
clients, it's literally changed the game for me. And I also love that it's not dense all the way to the top. It
Right.
like thins out at the top, and it's just like such a joy to work with.
Oh
I'm
my
such
God.
a
No,
nerd.
the shape is so interesting. It's
Yes.
okay. So I don't know if you've noticed, I'm a big taper person. So
Yeah.
you'll see a
Yes.
lot of
Yes.
the brushes, they
Yes.
taper. And
Yes.
so that tapered effect, what it does is it allows you to get more detailed. Anything
Yes.
tapered will allow you to be more detailed. And so also how flat it is. Hold on, can you see?
Yeah, no, it's super flat.
And
Super,
I
super flat.
actually wanted to do my liner with this. So
Oh
here's the
yeah,
thing
let's
with
do it.
this
Yeah.
brush specifically too. Of course, I don't use liquid with it, but sometimes I'll go in with a kohl liner and I'll
Mm-hmm.
actually like go on the liner itself to take some product like this,
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
then I'll apply it, or I'll apply the liner directly and
Yeah.
then go from there. But today I think I'll do just some powder to show
Yeah.
everyone.
But girl, can I tell you, I totally used this with I
Yeah.
used Inglot Duraline and I went into black shadow and I used this just
Mhm.
like I would the traditional liner brushes and it worked really well. So should I
Oh, what
not
did you just?
be? Yeah,
I would be careful. So depend. I mean, you're an artist, so you're not. I assume you're not like, dousing your brush in the
no,
Duraline. You
listen,
can't
the
be
black is all the way at the bottom, so I couldn't wash it out.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Honestly, this is just like me trying to tell people to preserve the brush, in the best
Yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah, fair,
But at the
fair.
end of the day, like whatever you want to do with your tool, do it.
Do
If it
it.
works for you, great.
Yeah.
If it works for you, great. Like, and the thing is, they are durable. But just from my point of view, and like as a brand owner, I do want to make sure that people are getting the right information so, they don't, possibly ruin their brush. And so you can use the Duraline with it. You can use I use the Inglot gel liner with mine. I just, again, I'm more careful. I don't like fully
Girl,
go in.
Inglaterra gel liner and I just can't
It doesn't
make it
mix.
happen. It doesn't work for me. It always transfers on my clients, and it's like
Interesting.
I don't know if I
Do
just
you
got a
mix it?
bad pot, but it's I've tried it a couple times, and you know when gel liner just goes on the top lid, and it like literally adds a
Oh, it's
good
impossible to
five
get.
ten minutes
Yeah,
because you essentially have to redo the eye because everything is so blended.
right.
Look at how easily you're just doing your liner with that.
I know, and it's especially someone who loves getting in this inner corner to accentuate my eye shape. I like
Yeah.
to get right in
That
here.
actually I noticed that when I was using this on my client, I did notice how easy it was to get in that inner corner with it.
Yes, and especially like some brushes. So the angled brushes like this, for me, they don't work because it's always a little bit weird to kind of get into this area. And then because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
curved here, this curve sometimes it makes it uneven
yeah,
when you're
for
actually
sure.
pressing down.
Yeah,
So
for
something
sure.
like this, like you said, that has flexibility
Yeah.
in this curved area, you're still able to be really precise. And then the way I like to do the liner is also your pinkies. I don't know if you know this, but your pinky's your best friend when it comes to liner to anchor
My
somewhere.
pinky's on everyone's face. But you know,
Literally.
it's so funny. The other week, I was like asking my best friend, I'm like, "Hey, do you have the iPhone pinky? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The
Look at this.
iPhone pinky.
Do you see how
Wait.
bent she is? Cause holding your phone.
Oh my God.
I've been an
Wait.
iPhone user since they came out, and you can
Let's
tell
see it.
my
Let's see.
finger,
Oh
my
wait.
phone rests on that because I always get the biggest one because I just
Stop.
like
I have it too. Oh my God.
it's friggin' bent.
Stop.
I know.
I just realized.
You can literally
Oh my.
see where your iPhone sits. Isn't that so funny?
I'm gonna be so conscious about this now. Like I'm going to be
Sorry.
extra I'm gonna be
a
like, oh my
whole
God.
a whole new insecurity unlocked. My pinky
No,
is
literally,
bent.
like someone's
Thank
gonna be
you,
like,
Apple.
I'm gonna be like, does my pinky look weird today?
I
Like,
was up
oh
scrolling
my,
late last night. Can you tell? Like,
can you tell? It's worse.
oh my god, my girl Jalen is like she has the
I don't
same.
have it, but I have iPhone thumb, I think. I
What do you mean
oh
you
wait,
hold your phone
iPhone
like
thumb.
this?
No, wait. Oh, cause wait, how do you I guess
Girl,
here.
just like imagine this is your phone, right? And I'm looking at my phone and I'm like scrolling like this. It just naturally sits here, the bottom of the phone.
Oh my
And
God.
then my girl over here is like, she holds her phone like a boomer, like this. I love it so much.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, now I need to get I just need to put my phone on a stand. But
Liner looks fire,
right?
sis.
And you
Love
don't have to
it.
clean it up. You don't have to clean it up.
Yeah.
It's and
So,
then I even like going like under here, like really close. So the thing is when you want to look more defined, you don't need more line. Wait, I noticed the most when I edit a video. It's like my pinky oh my God. Now your pinky lost 3 pounds. That's funny.
I
Wait,
can't believe
I'm
I
not
just
even
threw
joking.
it. I was like,
I'm gonna be so conscious about this now. I'm gonna be like, oh my God, my pinky is just
oh
and
my
we hold our
God.
phones all the time. The loser over the wait. Oh, I see. I see.
Oh, very smart. I get
Okay.
it. I thought it was like this, sis, and I was like, I gotta see
No, but
this in
people
person.
do it both. Yes.
You know, Tahir, why brushes, babe? Why brushes? Like I feel
Oh my
like it's
gosh.
everywhere and you can buy a brush like, I just why brushes? What
So
made you
actually,
decide to find a brush company of all
I've
things?
loved brushes since
Hmm.
forever. I mean, I will show you guys. I have the Narzita brush, which back in the day,
Oh,
I remember spending
love.
money, like half of my
Yes.
one of my
Money you didn't
paychecks
have,
on this. Yeah,
literally.
I was like, I'm just going to. I was working at Mac at the time. I think I was working at Mac at the time,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm just gonna buy this. Like, I just got
Yeah.
paid, and I want to buy it, and so
Yeah.
I did, and it really just changed the game for me, and it really made me realize how much a tool can change your application. But I've always
Same.
gravitated towards tools naturally, and then even the Marc Jacobs brush. Do you guys remember Marc Jacobs had a
Ooh,
line?
I could never
Oh my
afford it
God.
when it was out.
Girl, I spent my I spent my Mac money on this. I was like, oh, I love, and I was living at home at the time, so like I was
Yeah.
like, this
You're
is
like,
just
I got
fun
money
money.
for a
Yeah,
brush.
exactly. I have
Designer.
money for a brush. And so I just love brushes and always gravitated towards them. And people, it's so funny when I was younger, like even in my career, people would always be like, oh, you should start a brand and you should do concealer, blah, blah. And I'm like, I never felt inclined to do color. For
For
me, it was
sure.
always tools because I really believe tools can change your technique. And
Yep.
here's the thing, there are brushes everywhere, but you don't see detailed brushes anywhere. You only see
No,
like big
no.
fat brushes. You see dual ended brushes. You see brushes that say, it's going to cut your time in half, or, brushes that claim for you to use less product, but it's there's no actual detailed brushes. And I
No.
remember someone actually messaged Hudani and they were like, please don't stop making these detailed tools because I can
I
only
love
find them
that.
at Russian companies, or, there my
Oh,
Kitco has them, but also the shipping. So,
yes, yes, yes,
all
yes.
these companies that do, if they do have them, they're not easily accessible. And also most companies are not just brushes. They
Yeah,
actually carry so many other things too. And for me, I want to focus strictly on tools because
yeah,
tools is where I feel the most passionate about. And
yeah,
also, I think it makes the biggest difference.
yeah.
So even like, I want to come up with an eyelash curler too. This is a tool.
Please do
Oh my
that. Oh
God.
my God.
It's like, it's on my bucket list, but
Do it, girl. Do
it's
it.
kind of, that's a little more difficult to design and stuff, but it's on my bucket list because I remember
Yeah,
when the first time I used an eyelash curler, and actually ironically was the Inglot one, and I actually bought this not too or like a year ago, and I was like, I remember when I first used this, it was amazing. And I think curling your eyelashes is so underrated. I'm like, do people even curl their lashes anymore? I
girl,
I need people
girl.
to curl their lashes because look, like the difference that an eyelash curler makes. And
It's
this is what
insane.
I get so excited about tools because look at that. A tool
Absolutely.
can change your entire like application. It
I love
changes the
it.
way that you shape your face, it changes the way you shape your eyes, and also the more detailed you are, the more you're actually able to achieve the look that you want, because you can't really
Absolutely.
achieve a lot of these looks that, especially now that we're getting into more creative, colorful makeup, when you want to achieve a detailed look, you need detailed tools. You can't use huge brushes,
No,
and tools are a part of the technique.
for sure.
And so I think, oh,
I think more than colorful looks, it's even with cleaner, more,
I was gonna say
like
even with,
Sophia Richie vibes, like
that's
you
true.
really need to do your work cleanly. Like I think when it's
Yes,
full glam, you can definitely kind of fudge the colors a little bit and like, but when you're really just wearing two shadows and you still need
that's
to give
true.
definition, like yeah, your tools are absolutely what's going to make it happen.
Even
So,
more, you're right. Even more with the simple look. Like even
yeah.
when people say clean girl makeup is easy, I'm like, it's not actually that easy because you're refining a look, and to refine,
Yes.
you need to be more
Yes.
detailed. So,
Love
well,
that. Love
yay.
that. Even the brushes you sent me, like these are all detailed brushes. And can I tell you, as somebody who does work on like Asian clients, mature clients, this is what I need. I don't need another, the Mac, that Mac 214. Like we love
Yes.
her,
Yeah.
but I would still rather, especially even for my own hooded eyes, I would much rather have something that gives me precision and control. um,
Yes.
and I
Control.
think this is also how you elevate your artistry, right? Like,
Right, absolutely. And even
I
if you're
guess,
not an artist,
yeah.
even if you are just someone, an everyday person, I think the thing is being creative and being detailed helps you so much more than just in your makeup. And that's another
Oh,
thing with Hudani. Like, we
yes,
want you to be
yes.
detail oriented, not just in your makeup, but in other
Yeah,
areas of your life. I
for
think
sure.
we come to a point where we want so much instant gratification, but then we feel depleted and sad. But it's like you're not putting in the work to get what you want. And as humans, even back, when we were in caves, we had to put in the work. And we feel a lot better when you put in the work and then you get what you want. You have to just take a little bit more time. So taking more time will kind of allow you to rewire your brain to be more creative,
Mhm.
to take more time. And I
I
think that
love
also will
that.
help with anxiety, sadness. Like whenever I'm sad or in a rut and I do my makeup, I feel better. And I also, it's great to look cute, but I think it's more than that, like you look good, you
Absolutely.
feel good, but it's also like you're taking time to do something that
Mm-hmm.
maybe you wouldn't have done before.
Yeah, no, for
That
sure.
makes
I
sense.
love that philosophy. I think, yeah, like these days, it's not only instant gratification, it's also like a real lack of patience, right? Like, let me tell you,
Yes.
if my YouTube video skips once, I'm quitting. I'm like, on to the next. Turn off
You're
the
actually right. It's
modem.
lack of patience and like
Yes.
attention. Our
Yes.
attention span's just not there. And so the hope is too, when you're more detailed, you build up that attention span and doing something you love. And I mean, most girls, we love getting ready. That's the
Yeah,
best part.
for sure.
And so,
Absolutely. It's so funny though because I knew my attention span was like truly getting cooked when I tried to read, and I'm a big reader, but last year
uh,
I was like in the middle of my pivot and I literally didn't pick up a book for like 6 months, and then I tried to read and I was like, "Oh my God, why can't I just get through this
oh
one
my
page?"
God.
And I really had to like be like, "Oh, okay, this is a problem. Like I need to I need to just get back to
She said
doing."
I've been scrolling too much.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, everything and everything we're just
Everything, that's true.
consuming. You know what
Everything.
I mean? I also can't read a book anymore. I need a Kindle with the font size like
Oh,
so
I was
big.
gonna say, do you like Kindle? Or
I love
I'm
my
such
Kindle
a book
only because
person.
I can't read. Not my stupid ass trying to zoom in on my book page. Like with my glasses, it's
Oh,
not big
bye. Have a good
enough.
dinner.
Oh, bye, Hun. Thank you
Thanks for
so much
hanging
for
out.
coming. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Bia. Thank you so much for coming. Oh my gosh. So, okay. Okay, I wanted to ask you, babe, how did you get to New York Bridal Fashion Week? Please tell me
Oh
about
my
that.
God. Okay, so actually shout out to my mentor,
Oh,
Erica.
hey, hey.
So
Oh,
she
love.
yes, she actually is the reason why like we got invited. And
Okay.
so I went with her and it was such a cool experience because a lot of artists
You
work.
look so cool. I was like,
Oh my
who's
God, it
this
was
brown girl? I
no,
was
it was
loving it.
girl, it was incredible. Like I'm so grateful. And like that's the thing too. I think a lot of the time we have to realize like our community does so much for us, and the relationships we
100%.
build will
100%.
really make or break how like where you go in life. And so
Absolutely.
I think having that relationship and like of course she knows I love makeup and I'm in the industry, and so she was coming to visit and she was like, we should go to New York Bridal Fashion Week. And I was like, yes. And then that's actually where I met Kelsey. And
Yes,
most people
yes.
work the show, but we were actually able to attend it, which was
How cool is
just yeah, it was
that?
so cool. I was like, wow, I love this. We went to Berta, we went to Galia. What else? And then the coolest thing, we went to Harlene Kaur, which is
Ooh.
a South Asian designer, and she was very pregnant. I was like, oh my God, you put on a school
Wow.
show, like
Stop.
extremely
Love
pregnant.
that. I love
So I
that.
know, I was like, oh, you're Superwoman. Like women are
Literally,
incredible. The
literally,
fact
I
that
was
you
a
came with this
blob.
whole yeah,
Like
no,
in my
literally.
pregnancy, I was a
I'm like,
blob.
what did you do that? Like she was like
That's
about
so
to pop.
sick. That's so sick.
And
I love
so
that.
it was cool that actually we got to sit front row at that show. And
That's so
so
cool.
that was amazing. I'm like, honestly, my New York journey has been made. To be able to go to
Yeah,
bridal fashion week
babe.
and then also to be like at a South Asian bridal show, just
That must
amazing.
have been so fun. Oh my gosh.
It was so
Oh,
girl.
how fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I don't need to go to another show. It's okay.
No.
If I can, of course, great. But I'm like, when you're like, okay, this was a moment that I'm gonna remember for the rest of my life. Like
Yeah.
like I've sat it's the what is it? Not the need, but I guess I'm
Curiosity. I
satisfied. The
just like,
curiosity is satisfied.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. You kind of
Yeah.
got to live that experience, right?
Right.
Oh
And
my
so
God, how
that was
fun.
really, really cool. Um, it's actually interesting because when we were attending certain shows, it kind of you could see some people put in more time and attention than other
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you are having a show, I realized also for me, I kind of taught me for events, there are so many little things. It's all in the details. It truly
Oh
is.
my gosh,
It's all in the
absolutely.
details. There are
Yeah.
things that you don't realize will make a difference, but then people start showing up and you kind of realize like, oh, like even seating or,
Yep.
not having seating or the way people enter into the showroom or the way people exit, the way people are getting drinks is the bar and like a good space to where it's not
Mm-hmm,
going to
mm-hmm.
get super crowded, you know?
I
And so
think it
there's so
just
many little
comes,
things.
it really just comes back to really, even for makeup artistry or how you design your brushes and what you want to put out next, it's really putting your client experience at the heart of what you're creating,
Yes. You know what I was just
right?
saying to
Like,
someone? I was saying that it is really hard, especially in the service industry, but it is really hard to grow something bigger than yourself when you are only worried about yourself. Like as it, like you said, you have to
oh,
put your consumer, the
yes.
person, your customer in the front. And that's why that saying like the customer is always right. It's
Mm.
true. You know, like I mean, there's
So,
like
like,
a nuance to that, but still like overall, like your customer is the front facing and
yeah.
you do need to think about other people than just yourself.
I think this is something my mentor, my first mentor, her name is Francine Phillips. Love you, Franny, if you ever see this. She is right now, she's the national trainer for NARS. She came up in New York with Francois. She worked like
Wow.
his early shows, Marc Jacobs. We're talking like early 2000s. So
Look
when
at
she moved to Canada, she kind of really built the NARS Canada business here. And I remember when she hired me, one of the first things I learned from her is that when you are a makeup artist, you are in a position of service to your clients.
absolutely.
Period.
1 million
Period.
percent.
It's not
Absolutely.
about you. It's not about your portfolio. It's not about this, that, the other. Um, I think that's where like I really started to like notice the difference in like, yeah, I will bend over backwards to give my client the look that she wants because it's truly not about me. And
Exactly.
it's
Yes.
it's like things like, oh my God, you should put a lash on because it'll look really good in pictures. But guess what? She doesn't want to wear a lash. She's never worn a lash. I'm
I was
not going
gonna
to push that
say
on her wedding day
literally.
or on the day of a big event. Like, you know what I mean? So I think yeah, like just having your client experience at the heart of what you're creating and really like letting that guide you. There's no way to lose,
I agree. No, one
right?
million percent. That's so true. And I think too when you give that client experience, it really, you know, it's your personal brand too. It's not just your service brand,
Exactly.
you know? And then whatever, you know, whichever direction you go in, you'll always have someone who knows that you put them first and you weren't just worried about
Exactly.
yourself. And I think honestly, unfortunately, I from what I've heard and doing a lot of makeup, there are artists who, you know, really push back on people and they're like, that's not the right way. But, you know, there's no right or wrong way. It's really what you like. It's whatever you like. And as an artist, like you said, like we are in the position to service people and to give them the look that they want.
We're literally in a service of like a yeah position of service. Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about your kit.
Oh my God, yeah, I actually, okay, I have some of my kit here. So
Okay,
this is actually what I carry in New York if I'm doing one
that
client.
is actually blowing my mind though, sis. Can you just like show me a little bit more how big that is?
So
Oh
this
my
is,
God. Do you
now,
depot? Are you a depot girly?
yes and no, not really. I'm not the
Okay.
biggest depotter. Like
No, me
I
neither.
don't love, yeah, I don't love to depot. But here's the thing too. Go, it's so interesting, like with your color theory, like I can color match pretty well. So
Yeah.
for me, you just need to show me a picture and like, or like a good picture, by the way, not a filtered
Hmm.
picture or anything.
No, no, no,
But if
of
you can show
course.
me a picture and like I know I can like or I've talked to the person, you know, I can kind of gauge. I'll pick like 4 or 5 colors. And then I'll
Hmm.
also use concealers too. So concealer tones, which I'm sure you know about this, but concealer tones are very different than foundation tones.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you have a good range of each, then
Hmm.
you're able to really create whatever color you want.
Hmm.
And so I'll show you, let's see. I was actually just organizing my kit.
No, but I love that you literally have it condensed to one bag
Oh
and
my
you
God,
don't deep
well, in New
like
York I have
that's
to because I will
yeah.
say sometimes I will carry another tote. So
Fair.
in
Yeah.
that tote, I'll always carry my light, my stand, wherever
Yep.
it is. My stand, I just
Yeah.
carry.
Yeah.
It's actually, I'm like on the subway, it's a good weapon. So if I need to, you know,
Shit.
if someone ever
Yo.
tries me, I'm like,
Marca.
no,
Marca
literally,
life. I
everyone,
can't.
if anyone ever tries me, I'm like, I have my thing. And then my light, I usually stuff my light in here too.
Okay,
Um,
fair. And that's a
Right
Zuka bag,
now,
yeah?
actually, I will go get my other kit maybe because I have a suitcase. So my suitcase comes with me when I have more than one client.
Okay,
So
fair.
that, or like if I don't really know the client well, I'll just take
Yeah.
everything. But like, yeah, like, and that's the thing too. Like, if I've never really seen a picture, I'm not able to, if someone's referred me or something like that, I just am like, okay, well, I'm just gonna have to take everything. But I'd rather take a suitcase. I'd rather have something rolling than like having to carry it on my back. To me,
Absolutely.
it
Yeah,
gets,
yeah.
I will say that
Of
as like an artist,
course.
I think it's really important to take care of your body and to
Oh
take care of
yeah.
yourself. So
100%.
if this is too heavy for you, don't do it.
Don't
And
do
I know
it.
I've seen some people take this and the rolling. And I think it just depends what kind of makeup you're doing. Like, are you doing, a lot of set makeup? I think with set, you need more stuff. Are you doing
Mm-hmm.
bridal? With bridal, I I honestly like probably would, depending how many people I do, but I would opt for a tote in New York specifically. In
Yeah.
Atlanta, because I had a car, I think that's another
If you
thing.
have a
Where do you
car, you can just, take your studio with you
Thank you. Yes.
practically.
And so I think that's the thing is like, where do you live? Like, what makes sense to you when it comes to kids?
For
It
sure,
has
for
to make
sure.
sense to you. And I think I love that you're doing this because it's
Mhm.
great to get ideas from other
Yeah.
artists, but essentially at the end of the day, you have to see what works for you.
Hmm.
But
But
I will say that, oh, sorry, say it again.
sorry, just one thing I wanted to just say in terms of like packing your kit, right? I think as you grow as an artist, you work with more people, and as you define the kind of artistry you like to do, and you get known for the kind of excuse me, the makeup you do, it's easier than to carry a more compact kit, because I my clients will always book me for those things. So like this
Mhm.
palette I use on everybody, this palette I'm going to use on everybody. So like, you know what I mean? Like then my kit is already curated because my look is so curated. I'm only
Mhm.
getting booked for that look. Like if you notice, even with Kelsey's kits and other makeup artists
Yeah.
who are known for that, their like signature glam,
Mhm.
I think it only comes into play when you're doing an Indian bridal party and you just never know that one
Uh,
bridesmaid is gonna be like, I want like aqua eyeshadow, and you're like, the one time I love my
the
Urban
one,
Decay.
oh, I always say I will always bring a little bit of color, like a color palette or something, just in case, because that's happened to me before. And so my favorite way to do it, eyeliner. Bring colored liners. They're small and they're easy to kind of store too.
Eyeliner, sorry, I was just like removing somebody because like, come
Yeah,
on, we're just
like
trying to hang.
we're
Why
just
are
trying
you
to hang
coming
out.
in here? Like, get out of here. No. Um,
So
go ahead.
So I love liner. Liner
Yeah.
for me, that is my favorite because it's small and you're able to just carry multiple colors. And so you don't have, if you do come into that issue, you can say, okay, I have liner and you can create with that. And
Mm-hmm.
so instead of using like shadows, if you don't want to carry that much, liners are great. But I did want to show some things that I have in my kit that I like, that
Yeah.
base savers and I like to have.
Sure.
So these Olay cleansing melts,
Okay.
you will
Yes.
not even imagine, especially like for people who maybe are newer in the industry. So many people come with makeup on their face, or they'll come
Yep.
with a little bit. And even if you tell them
Hmm.
like life gets hectic, and a lot of people, you realize they don't want to go out without foundation or, their eyeliner or
Of
whatever makes them
course.
feel
Of
good.
course. Yeah, yeah.
So having something for them to take off their makeup is a huge plus. It elevates the experience. And now, you're an artist that they can rely on too. Um,
Love that.
and then I love, these are great. I love them. They're beautiful. But any kind of disposables,
Little toolbox.
yeah, a little toolbox. Any
Love
kind of
that.
disposables are great. I actually use, I haven't used this yet, but I usually use the B3 Beauty Wand, which has red
Okay.
light therapy and blue light therapy for a certain, it's an add-on for a service, but anything that's just going to help elevate your experience, depuffing, cooling, especially in events or where people are running around all day, they're often
Hmm.
a little bit inflamed. And so this will help the makeup lay better as well.
I'm so behind on using tools for like client prep in that sense. I just still rely on skincare and like a good like massage
Honestly,
and
even
stuff.
using your hands, yeah, using your
Um,
hands is fine too. This is
my other girly Jeannie, she's from LA and she's big on all the tools. So I've been like trying to get into it more, but
yes,
I don't know. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, if it works, I can really work the face and like work
exactly.
my products in. But it's cool. I like to see the other artists do it.
Right. And I'm like, whatever works for you. So another
Yeah.
thing that I like to do with my brides is I'll do a hand treatment. So I'll take the Joe
Oh.
Malone scrub and I'll scrub your
Oh.
hands because people don't realize your hands are going to be showing a lot. You're showing your ring a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want your
Mm-hmm.
hands to look crusty. And so,
No, that's such a good point.
yeah, so I like do a hand scrub and then I'll also do a hand lotion as well. I love the Caudalie one. It's a little
Okay.
plumping and
Oh.
it's just really nice. And
Girl,
so
I
it
need to get me
smells
a chair.
right. It smells
Oh my gosh.
it smells incredible.
I
And then I'll
bet.
usually do a mini facial too before for brides
Mhm.
as well. And so what that looks like is using the Elemis balm or
Oh,
Clinique,
yes.
depending how sensitive their skin is. Unscented, of course. I always go
Mhm.
unscented, even if they're not sensitive. For me, like as an artist, I never want to run into an issue with skin sensitivity. So I feel like that's like really important to be conscious of that.
For sure. Absolutely.
Um, but then I'll use a clean towel, the brand
Yes.
towel. I
Yes,
really
yes,
love them.
yes.
They're so good,
I
and
need to try them, man. Ugh.
God, girl, they're amazing. I love them, and I think some of there's is it Mod? There's another
Listen, it's the
brand.
Indian in me. It's like a towel is a towel. Like,
Yeah,
what do
this is
you
that.
mean?
No, literally, but no, there's a brand. I think Mod, and they
Okay.
make these mini towels, but they expand.
Oh, I
And
love that. Kind
so
of like the
those
melts, yeah? Doesn't it
Yeah,
melt
yeah,
also
yeah, kind of
expand?
like the melts,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
though the other ones they expand, like they're towels that expand. And it's really cool, and I'm like, that's a space saver too.
How fun.
Um, and then I'll go in with skincare, and I also okay, I have this, but I don't. I'd love to hear your opinion on this because I don't like
I was
how
gonna
you
say, just
all
hold on. We have
use
a really great question by Jalen.
hang and doing hand treatments. So I actually break this up into two parts. So what I'll do is 45 minutes for the bride for like the skin prep and everything. I only set aside 45 minutes because a lot of the time there's so much going on. And so I'll
Hmm.
set 45 minutes aside to do her hand treatment, her facial treatment, everything. Let everything sit into the skin. I'll usually do two other people while everything's setting
That's
in.
so
Yeah.
smart.
And then I'll go
Okay.
back to the bride, and that her since we most likely have done a trial, it's about an hour. So altogether about two
Yeah.
hours, but I like to break it up because then she gets a moment to relax in the morning. And then after, it's like, okay, we're going straight in. We don't have to worry
Hey,
about
that's
that.
some pro moves right there. I would
Yes.
actually maybe try that on my
No,
brides this year.
I think you should. And I think it's so great because
I love
a lot of
that.
the time makeup will lay so much better when you just let it sit into the skin. And you don't have to wait
Yes.
for, doing two people, but it just
Yeah.
depends. Bridesmaids, they don't take that
I
long.
know, girl. My mind's blown too, Jalen. We're like, whoa. Because again, I think it's just how you're taught. You're taught to everybody gets their time in your chair once, but
Yes.
like, yeah, why not? Let me take care of you in the morning, touch base. Hey, how you doing? Do something. Oh
Right?
my God, I love
And then you can
that.
also, while you're doing this, you can also touch
My
base on
brain.
like what's the look like. Okay, while we're doing here,
Yes.
tell me about what we did the trial. We
Yes.
touched
Yes,
on
yes,
what you
yes.
liked, what you didn't like. Has anything changed? And so then when you're
Love
ready to
that.
get her in the chair to do makeup, you've already done all that work. So then it's just
French.
yes, you do have to try that at your next wedding. Girl, I'm telling you, it's a game changer because the way you divvy up your time, if
Mm-hmm.
you I think that's actually a really important thing, especially in bridal makeup. If you can be efficient with your time, it will
Absolutely.
change the way you service people. And then
Yes.
people will really want to book you because it's like, I had such a great experience. Everything was so seamless. And I think
Mm-hmm.
another part of like being a bridal artist too is kind of being able to yeah we're in service of people but at the same time being able to say hey like we need to do this or we need to do it this way so it can better
Mm-hmm.
serve you. I think
Absolutely.
it's
I
that
mean, we do have to kind of lead the
exactly.
experience, even though it's made for them, of course. Okay, I know you have to be off by 4. I have some questions, kit related
Oh yeah.
questions. So let's just maybe do those. And then Jalen had a really, really great question about your founder journey. Jalen, do you mind just popping that in the question box if you're still here? I would love for Tahira to get to that. Okay, what's one product that's been in your kit since the beginning and has never left?
Oh, NARS foundation.
Oh, which
NARS.
one?
Yeah.
Sheer Glow?
Sheer glow. I love sheer glow. But
Love.
actually, natural radiant longwear.
Okay.
Natural
Yeah,
radiant longwear.
she's a
Because
beauty.
she's
She
a
is a
beauty.
beauty.
Yeah.
She's a beauty. Okay. So that like so I guess you've been using that for like a minute now,
Oh my God,
right?
yeah, so
Since you
long. So
started.
long. I
Okay.
remember because I first went and bought NARS foundation at Sephora, and I
Mm-hmm.
remember loving it. And then I went and bought a few for my kit. But then, ironically, I ended up working for NARS. So I got like a
Yes.
whole line. And so I
Yes.
just had it in my kit ever since. And it's something because you know the colors, you know? I think that's the big
Of
thing. Like
course.
when you know something, stick to it. And it works for you, stick to
Girly.
it. You don't need to try a million different things, you know? Stick to what you
I
know.
think I think it's the same for me with Face Atelier. I've been using them for like
I
literally
need to
eight
try that.
years.
I can't believe I've never tried it.
This no, you gotta.
I
Okay,
have
okay.
to try it.
Next question. What product did you buy with like full hype? You were like, oh my God, this is gonna change the game. And then you used it once and never touched it again.
Let me see.
Was there anything like that where you just like
Oh,
bought the
the
hype?
Charlotte Tilbury. What was it? The glow stuff. The halo. What is that thing? The kind of like
Oh,
the elf
the
halo.
okay, yes, yes.
I forget what it's called.
Flawless Hollywood
Flawless
flawless
filter.
filter.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't
This
love
is how
it.
much I consume. I know the name.
I
Okay,
didn't love it.
okay.
I don't know. It just
Some
it,
girlies swear
I
by
used
that
it.
one though.
They
Like,
do.
yeah.
And for me, I just think, okay, when I'm wanting to add that in, I think a stroke cream, like stroke cream is so much prettier to me. You know, like it doesn't
Yeah.
have that color. And maybe it's because I'm an artist and like we're specifically talking kids.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
like the versatility in that product, it's
Yes.
there and I used it, but it didn't blow my mind per se.
Fair.
You know,
Fair.
I did use and then I got the e.l.f. Halo Glow and I used those for a while. And it
Hmm.
was nice, but I think it's that shimmery pigment in it that I just don't love as much as like I love stroke cream.
Interesting. Yeah, because I do. So typically, I see artists use it more almost as like a layer underneath the foundation, almost to
Right.
like kind of get your skin like halfway there, and then you're using less foundation because it does genuinely it does have an effect, but yeah, I think if it's just for glow, I can see how stroke cream. Also, stroke cream you can use across more
Yes. I
complexions.
think that's where I go. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I had to have so many different colors when
Yes.
using that. And eventually I did use it and it was nice, but it wasn't
Hmm.
I thought it was gonna like really change
Yeah.
entire
Yeah.
game for me and then I just never went back to it and I never repurchased it
Okay.
and I was like stroke cream does more for me and this is just a
Yep.
personal thing.
Fair.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's everyone has their own thing.
We're not knocking anything, but
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
course,
No, no,
as an
no.
artist, you know what worked for you and what didn't. Okay. If you could only use one brand for the rest of your career, everything from just one brand, what is it and why?
Oh, MAC Cosmetics. I mean, yeah. How can you not? How can
Of
you I
course.
mean,
I mean, they
I'm
genuinely
a
have everything.
they
Yeah.
have everything and they really are I mean, they're an artistry founded.
Yeah.
And for me, artistry founded brands, even though they fell off a little bit, but the way that your foundation is laid in an artistry founded brand, you always have that same vision and mission to continue to
Yes.
create products for not only the consumer but also artists.
For me, it's
And so,
NARS.
yeah.
I will
Oh,
like
NARS, yeah. But
bear
Mac,
me with an orgasm. Like,
oh yeah, yeah. Like for me, I just think lipsticks,
yeah.
love. Liners,
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
Foundation, love. Like Studio Fix. Studio
Mm.
Fix might not be the best for your skin, but it looks
I have never
incredible.
tried MAC foundations. I have never, because let me tell you, when I was working at NARS, I would
God,
have my little girlies
stop!
come from the MAC counter, be like,
Uh,
I just bought this foundation and it's so orange. Can you like give me a better one? I was like, yeah, that MAC stuff. Come on over here to NARS. Like, that was
I will say,
literally
okay.
every day.
Oh my God, Studio Fix, girl.
I know,
The
girlies
way it looks
love
on
it. I
camera.
know, I
Hold on,
know.
I
I know. I
keep
can almost
tapping.
tell when someone has used Studio Fix because of that. incredible finish that it has, but I
And
don't know, babe. It just could not. I could never get with it. It's just one of those things.
I
I don't
need
know.
to find it really quick because I need to actually.
No hate, Jalen, girl. That's just I'm just an artist girly. No hate against mine.
Wait,
Literally no
no,
hate.
MAC foundation is
Yeah.
incredible. And if you know how, I think too, it's like with color theory and everything,
Mm,
a lot of these companies, you're still going to have to kind of neutralize the color
absolutely.
anyway,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
unfortunately, it's a
They
lot
do
of
pull. They pull
big
very
pull.
orange.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
with NARS, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
A lot of
Like
their
you have to neutralize it.
yeah.
Um, but oh wait, I did see your question. I asked how is it creating a product-based brand since we're so service-based? I assume it's so different. It is different.
Mm,
Honestly, like I love that question. I think you have a little bit more. I actually think it's different but the same because at the end of the day, I'm still servicing a community, it's something bigger than
yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
But I do think having a product-based brand, you have more challenges because I even like I think legally, like there are certain things
Hmm.
that you have to make sure that your product meets, or even I don't know if you guys know this, but your website has to has to meet certain requirements for people who can't see. So if they go to a
Oh,
website, yeah, I and no, I've seen small businesses get sued for this if they don't have it incorporated
stop,
in the
Tahira. I
website.
didn't know that.
I didn't know that either
Wow.
until my friend sent me something and I was like, I need to go change my website because,
Yeah.
like these are things you don't realize. Like there's so many little things legally that go into a product-based business that you don't
Hmm.
see in a service-based business. And I think you actually have a little bit more reign in a service business than you do in a product business. But I think creating a product is a lot of fun.
Yeah. I
Manufacturing
bet.
is a pain. I will say that. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a challenge because, you know, right now we're manufacturing in China. So I can't be there. And so I think that's a difficult thing
Interesting.
too, is like when you're a service, you're there. You're like fully there.
Yeah.
You can kind of control a little, not control, but you do have more control over the situation. And then I think for me though, it's so amazing to see someone use your product. And I think that's the
I
biggest
bet.
difference is like it's the same in a way like when you someone use it or someone uses your service and then they love their makeup and it's great experience, but to see someone like have your product in their hand is just it's just something else.
I think for me, it was honestly like similar to that. It was when people started buying my course, and then I started getting the
Yes.
feedback, and like I could like literally artists that I've worked with were coming back and being like, "Damn, I never like I actually was able to match somebody," and I was like, "Wow, like I made that difference." You know what I mean? It's like
No, literally.
really cool,
It's so
really
cool.
cool.
And I think at the end of the day, it goes back to like you're doing something bigger than for something bigger than yourself,
Again, it just comes
And it's
from
still
like
a service in a way.
wanting to serve the community, really,
Yeah.
right? Okay, super last question. What is the most underrated product in your kit right now that nobody's talking about?
Mm, What is the most underrated product in my kit right now? I was
Something
actually
you're like, if you could just put on a billboard and shout to everybody, like, you gotta go buy this. You gotta try it at least once.
why is this so hard for me?
I would just all stocking the
Keeps
same shit. Like,
huh? I know.
I
I'm
would
like, wait. Hold on. Let me think about this for a second.
definitely think about it. No worries, no worries at all. Okay. I think you should definitely be starting a little founder series. I see
Okay.
this as a signature series for you.
Did you
Just like
see?
a little one.
I tried to do like Founder Fridays, but life has
Oh,
just
love
gotten
that.
so crazy.
Yeah.
But I need to get back to it. And maybe instead of like me pushing myself to do it every Friday, that's where I can like do better myself. Because sometimes when we push ourselves to do something so much versus,
Mhm.
just saying, okay, I'm going to do it once a month, which is more
Yeah.
achievable and realistic.
Yeah.
I think that's a side note too. Have realistic goals. Because for me, like
Absolutely.
I put a lot on my plate and on myself.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
even my
Yeah.
best friend, she's like,
Yeah.
stop doing that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, you just want to get so much done. And then at the end of the day, though, is it how realistic is it to where it's not going to burn you out or like affect you?
I think
And
that's
so,
where that saying comes again and again to me. It's like an inch wide, but a mile deep. So don't try to do everything. You can't do everything.
you're
You just
right.
have to pick one
I
thing. So
like
for
that.
me, yeah,
I like
girl,
that
for
now.
me, it's like shade matching reel once a week. If I'm putting nothing else out of quality, that will happen no matter what. And I don't tie myself to a day. I don't tie myself to any of that. It's just on a weekly basis, I got to get it out. Because I think that's the thing with the signature series. If you're not consistent with it, then the idea floats away. People stop looking out for it. Like, you know what I mean? So maybe
Yeah.
you just need to do
Instead of a
one.
Friday, like just founder
Because I
day.
know it sounds fun, like Founder Fridays or like Shade
Right? It
Match
sounded
Sunday,
trendy.
but like I think that's more for it to be clever. But what I'm recognizing in my content creator journey, that it's more about what people can relate to and come back for, and what you can be consistent with.
Mm,
So I don't know if
yeah.
you see, like I like do a morning message every morning, and it's just like a way for me to like put a
I
little
love
bit of me out
that.
there to my followers, and like no one's actually followed up yet, but I'm gonna test one day and not post it like tomorrow.
See,
I'll be like, does anybody care? I haven't put one out today.
someone's
But
gonna
you
be
know what
like, "Where is it?" No,
are you
but
okay, Maya?
people see it. No, people see it. You know what's
Yeah.
crazy? Side note. Oh, also,
Yeah.
I know what I want to
The
tell you.
product. Okay,
The
sorry. We like
product.
got so
Okay.
like sidetracked.
Um, I don't have it with me here because I was using it the other day. But the shield for mascara for eyelash. Oh my
Oh,
god. I want people I literally it changed my life when doing makeup. Like having that shield and using it life
oh
changing
my
because for me,
God. I don't
I like to really get in people's lashes and it
yeah.
always gets everywhere. And so yeah, that's actually
That's
that would be
so
my one
cool.
product.
It's
Um
interesting because I've always seen people use it online, but I was always like, I
it's
don't know.
so great because I like to get
Mm.
in there, because that's really
Yeah.
what builds the depth. But we were talking about sorry, I just remembered that and I was like, I have to tell her. Um
One thing about the mascara thing, though, I'm just gonna say, when I was doing retail work, we had a Bobby Brown trainer come in, and she told us how Bobby always said that if you're not, when you're doing mascara, your thumb should be black by the time
yes,
you're done doing mascara. That's how you know you really got
we bought in,
into
yeah.
your clients. But we're using girls with lash extensions so eyeshadow doesn't fall on them. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
there you go. That's a
that's
big one.
actually I need to do that because you know what? Wait, side note, do you guys like when people have lash extensions? I'm not a fan. I think it because
It
you
makes
know
my work harder. You
it
know what I
does.
mean?
Yeah, it does. Okay. But no, the first product was really rewarding to see too.
Yeah, I
Um,
bet.
it's actually the HF1 was the first product.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
beautiful brush.
Oh my
I
God,
love it.
thanks.
Yeah, girl.
I'm so excited for everything, but as you can see, tools are just such. I feel like they make even the eyelash thing. It's a tool. Like it
Inch
really just
wide, mile deep,
it's mild.
or
Yeah.
just, go ham. If this is what lights your fire, just go in it. There's no one, like, no one else is gonna do it the way you're doing it. So there's that too, right?
Yes, absolutely. I have a question for you, actually.
Yeah, girl.
So, what is something that you would like to share about your kit to people that normally people wouldn't ask you, or even like some
Honestly,
advice
so
about
I
kit?
think for me, especially for, I guess, newer artists or artists who are still kind of finding their feet, and they're online a lot and they're seeing every new release, I think it's very, very important to find what works and stick to that shit.
Yeah.
Same goes with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, NARS Soft Matte Concealer, Face Atelier Foundation, Sonia Roselli Skincare. These have been staples in my kit that I have not taken out since I started using them in 2018. At the very, like, at least since 2018. That's
Yeah.
when I cottoned on to this, where it's like, when you start just buying every new release, don't get me wrong, I'm wearing the new
Right.
Refi Skin Tint because when it comes to
Oh, do you
me,
like it? Let's see.
love
Oh, wow,
it.
that is pretty.
When
You
it comes
can.
to my personal kit, I'm gonna spend the money. I'm gonna try every new product. But when it comes to my kit, tried, tested, true. Period. I'm not playing on someone's big day with a product that might not work. I'm not like because you know what? Being a makeup artist can become an expensive hobby so fast. If
Oof.
you are not
Our kits are
controlling
worth
your
thousands.
spending,
Yeah, our
right?
kits are worth like I've spent I want to say like at least like 10 grand on my kit, like over time. Over
Easy,
time. And that's the
easy,
thing, like it happens
easy,
over time.
easy.
It's not something that happens overnight.
So it's interesting because right now I've been using Face Atelier for so long. And Esam Cosmetics, I don't know if you know Esam
Yes. Oh my
Cosmetics.
gosh,
I
they
bought their
came out.
complexion book because I cut my teeth on Graftobian HD palette. That's
Oh,
what I
Graftobian is
started
so good.
using.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
So good.
gorgeous. I
Graftobian
went
is
to
really good.
Scott Barnes' workshop when he came here like over a decade ago, and he used Graftobian too. So I really learned how to work that product. Then I switched to Face Atelier. And then I was just looking at that complexion book and I couldn't get it out of my head because I'm like, it
It
again, when
looks
it comes to
gorgeous.
just packing smart and
Yeah.
having product like for me, it was with all the discounts and everything, it was 157 Canadian. That's still the price of two
Okay.
NARS or Dior foundations. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's to me a smart purchase where
I
I'm
agree.
like, okay, it could
And it goes
replace my
further.
Face Atelier. I can literally, it's still silicone based, so I can use my adjusters. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Like,
Yes.
so I like to really, really shop smart for my kit. I'm not buying every new palette for my kit. So that would be my advice. Thank you so much for asking me a
Yeah.
question.
Oh my God. Wait, I have a question. What eyeshadow
Yeah.
palettes are you currently using? Because I actually have been looking for new eyeshadow palettes.
Mario, Natural Matte,
Oh
the
my.
Forest, I love it. I use her heavily. The Ethereal palette, I have one. I am gonna show you how embarrassing this
Oh
situation is because I have literally hit pan on so
gosh.
many colors. I bought
Wow.
my backup
Oh, you bought it back. She said I already bought the backup.
before he brought it back this year. So I have my backup in that top drawer because I just
Wow.
knew, like, again,
You knew you were gonna love it.
it just goes back to the looks that you create. If you
Yeah.
actually go, like, I am so big on not doing copy paste makeup, but that doesn't mean that your kit, your products can't be the
That's
same.
true.
There's a difference. I'm not doing the exact same look on everybody, but am I using a lot of the same products? Yeah, I am. That's what
Oh,
people
I
end
love
up
that.
coming
I
back to
want you
me
to
for.
talk about that more in detail on one of
Yeah.
the kit spill because
I would love to.
I
Yeah.
think that's really important. Like you don't want to copy paste makeup, but you
No.
also can use the same products. And I think that's a really
Yeah,
important like
for
side note,
sure.
you know, and I
For
think you
sure.
can have a whole
Absolutely.
episode on this.
Absolutely. It's really fun. But girly, it is four and I don't want to keep you more, but
Thank
thank
you
you so
so much for having me,
much.
and thank
Ah,
you.
it
I
was so
appreciate you
fun.
so much, and
Girl,
we
I
should do
love
this
this.
again. I had fun.
I can't
The hour
wait.
went
I
by so
can't.
quick.
It's so quick. Because, this is what it is. Like, I'm like, there's enough pods on business and all that. Let's just geek out
Let's have
over
fun.
makeup and product. Like, this is, really fun. If you have a discount code for us, do let me know. I'll post it in my stories for the
Okay, yeah.
girlies. Because, your brushes are absolutely incredible and I've been
I'm
loving
gonna
using them.
I'm gonna send it to you, but it's spill the kit 10. So it's
Okay.
10% off. Yes, for
Okay.
until
Awesome.
tomorrow. For 24
Till
hours.
tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow at
Sick.
4
I'm going
o'clock.
to post it on my
Yeah.
stories.
So
And again,
all one word, lowercase.
spill the
Spill
kit
the kit,
10.
yes.
Got it.
And but I'll
Thank
send
you
it to you
so
too.
much. Yes. Thank you so much, Tahira.
Yes,
It was such a
you.
pleasure. Oh, you were an amazing guest and I can't
Oh
wait to
no, you
do it
and we had
again.
so much fun with you too.
Yay!
Yeah.
It was like we
Oh,
said.
that's
That's
what it's supposed
exactly
to
the
be. Yeah,
vibes.
that's what it's like. But
Thank you.
I'll see
Thank
you
you. Thank
soon.
you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Hi, Risha. Yes. Okay. I'll connect with you after. Okay. Bye, hon.
Bye.
Bye.